Hello dear traders, welcome at this Bitcoin technical analysis video. We will go over my trades today. I would like to show you a few scalps I took today. I had multiple scalps and one day trade. It started as a scalp and it becomes day trade. Also main charting update I will be doing tomorrow. After that main update I will show you some zones and setups to the upside and to the downside. So let's have a look on Bitcoin. I will be also going over my Discord post, so I don't forget anything. Like I will say what I want to say, and then I will just scan all my posts if I don't forget anything, because I had many posts today and it's possible I can forget something. This way I will make sure I don't forget anything. So first of all, this was my first post when I was waking up. So Bitcoin was pushing up nicely into the resistance. You can see when we turn on market structures, which are the key principles we use in our trading, we see Bitcoin was definitely pushing into another market structure zone. What you do on market structure when you come like this, you will not long resistance, of course, you will look for short opportunities. And that's what happened here. We arrived, we topped out nicely, and you see we are starting to again range in this key market structure. So I knew we are in market structure, so I'm looking for some nice shorts. What is resistance here? So what we are visiting here is main anchor view up for the downtrend, and the pull was, from this point here, pivotal high. You see there was only one retest in the past, and again this was almost like kiss and beautiful reaction to the downside. If you know statistics behind anchor view ups, you know you have very high chance on getting scalp or day trade. In better case, after a long time, like when it's untouched for very long time, every single anchor view up like this they gave you trade like this. Okay, so they are very nice. And for the entry, I was of course watching Exocharts, watching the walls, and listening to aggregate. That's my magic combo. So what was happening at the top as we were visiting anchor view up? You see what was happening, big absorptions, forced liquidity. Who was that forced liquidity coming from? You can see that on Hyblock. The forced liquidity was coming from weekend traders mostly, and from a bit from Friday. You see we are hitting the green lines here. This is the most aggressive liquidity. So 100x traders and a bit lower, all these aggressive thresholds. You can see we didn't hit as much, less aggressive traders. It's still above the high. It might be taken later. It's not strong high, so in the future it's gonna be very easy to take out this high. Yes. Okay. So that was my start of my scalp with absorptions. Also the stop loss was behind the high, of course, because above the high, if you continue higher, you have a stronger resistance region, which is another massive 0.86. First extension target, pretty aggressive one, 0.25, naked daily, and the key summer low and market structure as well. So that was another region. If you don't do rejection, if you continue over this high for the future. So anchor view are perfect for this trade. Let's have a look here. So yes, absorptions, that's what happened, was also very important. So we are seeing massive long was closing here. As I was trading it live, it was like 1 minute, every second there was 1 million sell and 500k buy. It was very odd activity. You can see this candle here will be very important for the future from order flow point of view, because it created massive volume and very big sell interest. It was very key for me to not trap these shorts here, because it's like already showing us conviction to short, and it never happened. That's what I said in the group. I will be looking if we trap these people or not. We never did. We tried higher, but it was protected nicely, so that trade was also like going well. And combined with Bybit, so this short here, this scalp short here, had first take profit one here at the daily view up, right? And then we had a pullback on small time frame, 1 minute time frame here. We need daily view up, and we need what was important for it. Let's have a look there. Let's turn off anchor view apps. So we started to create really nice small range here. What do you need to know about this? That pump here was very inefficient. It was very pumpy, same like over here. And what Bitcoin loves to do is to fill inefficiencies. That's what happened later today. And now you see we arrived to the golden zone. We arrived to the VAG of, it was the VAG of this small range. Very local market structure, just from the top. So very good opportunity, to create new short. And that's what happened. And when you go to this time the Bybit Tether, because we combine order flow from these two exchanges. Let me go over there. It's over here. So this was the push to the golden zone. Pretty nice push, but in the end we started to reverse, and we've seen massive shorts from medium-sized traders to big ones. So that was what I like to see, especially here in this region, big shorts. Again, I was watching if these shorts, if they are not, if you don't trap them, that's pretty important, and if there will be follow through, and that's what happened. We started to see follow through. So these two candles for me super important on this one on Bybit, this one on Bybit. So this was, here. So from this point, I had a scalp short for how much? 0.95%. Take profit 1 here. This position made nice money. It's now risk-free. From this golden zone, I was actually trying to build day trade from this area as well, in case we started to do rejecting. And that's what happened. So scalp was closed. I think scalp was closed somewhere here. And day trade took also nice take profit as we went to the downside. But for the day trade, I still have open like 60% of the position. As we do pullback, I will be looking to add on the pullback on this market structure, because we have potential to rotate the range lower. We will be watching that, yes, because we still have weak high. But that's the plan. The plan is very clear. So very good day. Plus I was scalping these lows, this low here with the Tradinglite, and also this wick here. Look at here, it's already also gaining nice momentum. This wick here was made from Naked POC. This was session 1 from New York. There was not much reaction from TPO. Why? Because it was already like there was a lot of liquidity under these lows, so it was less likely we'll just stop here. It was more likely we'll go deeper for the liquidity. So too many lows together. And this trade here was based on, we trade walls a lot in the group. So here was nice walls. Very easy scalp with the wall. Okay, let's have a look. So Exocharts was super useful today. Let's have a look a bit on Tradinglite. So we didn't have much bands on TRDR today, but you can still turn on the order book suite. And if you are expert on Binance and you're watching it a lot, it can be helpful for you. I was already saying in the group, there is a chance we will top out here. Like we will do range, we will go range, or we will do rejection. Why? Because the order books change character. As we arrived here, look what happened, like heavy layering. If you zoom out, what is it showing you? You can build statistics on this for yourself. This local top here was around, how much? 5,700 Bitcoin to 6,000. Yes, and the market did pullback. Again, what we reached today was like 5,000, around 5,000. And we did another pullback. So order books change character to the upside. You see there was not much, not so heavy pressure as here. It was like heavily leathered, and you need big volume to break over this, so market needs time. So that was also helpful. I look for the downside, yeah. For example, at 16,000. And I said you again, how the books are heavily layered and protecting. And look how much Bitcoins were, how was the ratio? 7,000. plus bitcoins ready to absorb this market. Very significant. So Tradinglite, super useful as well. Let's have a look further. For the downside, of course, we will be watching this liquidity. So 16,700, especially under the weekend low. 16,750 to 16,600. You see, here is the massive event. That's pretty critical for the downside to take later. Should settle some nice alerts. Okay. So that scalp was clear. Now let's have a talk about trap traders. So trap trader era gave you 3 massive rejections, 1, 2, 3. Now what we can say is I think most of the trap traders from these longs here, they escaped. I would say 80 to 90%. So when you run this high, you will need like genuine selling pressure, and you will be looking for trap traders from higher, because from these people you will not get help anymore. Most of them just got away, and this is super precise, yeah, because when you are in this region, you know what to do. Also, you look more on the short side when you are going into the extremes in this zone. This is just too powerful, you know. This is my major research for the past year, and you better learn this and utilize this. And if you don't know nothing about this, you can mark these zones inside Exocharts. That's pretty key to know. Let's have a look on my posts. So I will check if I didn't forget anything, because I feel I want to say something else. I think it's CVD as well. Yes. Yeah, here was someone asking what are key metrics for strong weak high, and you can see here volume, liquidations, open interest, absorptions, how much liquidity was taken, and the velocity. If you are not a member of the group, you see how deep answers we are doing. Let's go further. Okay, maybe yes, that was also important. I was mentioning in the group, the spread between perpetuals and spot market is just too large. In the end, it usually closes. You see, Bitcoin is creating massive CVD, massive bullish CVD, yes, on a higher, like medium time frame. It keeps absorbing, but also the perpetual longs are very vulnerable. So if you get correction, when you start taking this liquidity here, changing higher time frame market structure, there will be a lot of selling pressure from the perpetual leveraged people. So that's potential. It's like scissors, yeah? And this, scissors will smack and snack. You can learn about this in the group as well. Here I was mentioning that post. Let's go further. Here was also our, that move to the downside here was news event, so it helped our short. This was a strong report from the US. It seems like the economy is still overheating, so they can raise rates further. So it helped our shorts this nicely, stock market down, Bitcoin, dollar index stronger, and Bitcoin down. That's usual. That's how you play it. Yes, I think I covered this well. We'll be watching our weekly point of control to the downside. That's just before tomorrow. And of course we are still watching this massive high volume node as support. And now we build a lot of liquidity, so we can grab liquidity and watch it as support. You better have alerts here. And I will post more setups tomorrow. And for the upside, when we take out the high, we will be focusing on this naked daily. That's pretty obvious. And this key market structure, This is from higher time frame as well. Very important region. Okay, and one more post. I need to find it. How you can predict future with the AMT. Oh, just a sec. Here we are. So this was 12th of May 2022. Bitcoin was at, I think it was around 28,000. We broke the 30,000, and I said, you know, I predicted max pain scenario for me is now going at to 22,000 value area high and take out that low there as well. So we have 22,000 VAC at 16,802. That low I was mentioning, it's also important for taking out. And now if we go to higher time frame, was that prediction correct? Because yeah, everybody wants to do predictions, but this one was like very, very precise. Look what happened. With this move down, we actually took that 16,000 as well. And now we are ranging around, you know, we just reclaimed 16,800, very important level VAC. So you see, in May, I did this call. Why I did this call? This post has a lot of answers in it. Mark our value areas for move to the lower. This was purely based on psychology and how we use IMT. So if you learn auction market theory and you understand volume, then you can really predict where is true support or not. And that's what we said, closed castle in the end. We always reminded you with brown break of 30,000 this time will lead to almost certain downside moves. Market just didn't have as much support, you know, only when you see where we found the support. In this nice range here, and now we are finding it in another volume nodes a bit lower. That's what is happening. So that was big call here, and you know, I was already on 32,000 short when I was giving this, so I was patiently waiting for the lower targets. This is market, you know, it's doing max pain for most people. Okay, I think that's it from me. I don't want to do this too long video. So tomorrow chart updates coming and more setups as well. I wish you great trading day, guys, and see you in the group. Bye.